Hey guys, Zul'jin here. Welcome back to another episode of Gwent. Today we're going to look at a variation of the Northern Realms deck that I played on the last video, which was all about reinforced trebuchets. This time, we're replacing those reinforced trebuchets with this unit here, which is poor infantry. It basically takes the same strategy and just makes the numbers a little bit more ridiculous at the cost of a little bit of flexibility, and the deck becomes much more vulnerable. But it's a very fun variation, and it's also just as inexpensive as the trebuchet deck was, just to give you something different to play with. The deck is very, very prone to weather effects. Frost absolutely destroys it, and there's not much you could do about it. Playing with clear skies really wouldn't change the way it is, because if people hold the frost until the buffs are already done, it doesn't help. And if you actually use the buffs after frost is played, when the frost goes away, units reset to a lower number. I don't know if that's intended the way it is, but it is the way it is. So basically the same strategy applies. Basically what you want to do is you want to get poor infantry out. You want to buff it as high as possible. You want to add an adrenaline rush to it, and you want to promote it so that it turns gold and it's untargetable. There are certain cards that that just totally undo the strategy. Like I mentioned, weather is pretty difficult on it, and removal. If you get rid of enough of these guys, then removal can really, really hurt you. But if you pull off the strategy, it's very rewarding. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. There are a couple, actually, let me just show you one thing. There are a couple of differences in the trebuchet deck. I've added Ninique, I think that's how you pronounce it. It allows you to resurrect just like any of the field medics do, except you can target. And this dandelion right here spawns a commander's horn. Now, I didn't say draws a commander's horn out the deck, I mean spawn a commander's horn. So it's possibly that it's a second chance that you can get a commander's horn, or at times you can actually use two on the same turn. So it gets pretty, not on the same turn, but on the same round. You get what I'm saying in just a little bit if I can pull it off. Anyway, let's go ahead and exit, and I'll show you how the deck plays. And like I said, one of the strategies that I mentioned, like a frost deck or whatever, if we play a monsters deck with a lot of removal or frost, it's pretty much over. I'll show you that the deck is actually prone to that weakness, and hopefully I can show you around that we actually dominate. Alright, so let us see. We're playing Skellige first. Okay, so let's see here. What we want is we want to make sure we have an adrenaline rush, which I do not see yet. We have plenty of ways to buff here. So we will try to get one adrenaline rush, and we did not. Okay. So we can possibly win the round, but it's not likely. What I can do is I can basically just give them the round. I could play something like Priscilla, which will get some cards up on the board.
Let's show him what real art is.
What do you want of me?
And it does that a lot, which isn't real good. I started off with 9. They passed, so that gives me the round. Well, I didn't expect that, but I'm glad I didn't just pass to them directly. That means we don't need an adrenaline rush to pull off our strategy. And we got even more power to add to. So, and we do have a commander's horn, so we can get it pretty ridiculous if they do not destroy us. Alright, let's see here what we can do. If we we don't want to. Priscilla would add more cards. Let's do that, actually. Can we do it like that?
Wounded again?
We can res Priscilla.
Not a bad idea.
Which is kind of amazing.
All, but you won't.
That worked out really, really well. That's 19 points with one card, man. Alright. Whenever a unit on your side of the battlefield is destroyed, or you discard a unit, remove 2 strength from a random non-gold unit on your side of the battlefield. Alright, that's pretty interesting. So we can make some of the units gold and just keep them around, but they won't get the benefit of Commander's Horn. So I don't think we want to do that. What I'll try to do here is let's use
Dark clouds gather over
John Nautilus. We're going to use it all on our front row here. If they have Scorch, they're just going to eliminate it right then and there. That's an awesome card, by the way, that they just used. It's basically draw 2, discord 2, but it's huge, man. I've been wanting that. I think it's called Last Wish, but it's like 800 scrap to get. All right, I'm 28 points ahead, 29, 27 points ahead, 27 points ahead right now. So let's go ahead and increase our lead a little bit more. And what I'll do is I'll work on... I'll do that. That way, if he scorches, he'll only get rid of one of it. Who is he? Draw 2 cards to score 2 cards. He's got a lot of high-end cards right here, which is kind of scary. Kind of scary. I say not high-end. I don't know if War Longship is a rare or whatever, but that's a rare card, I believe. Okay, you could kind of tell from the bottom, I think. Yeah, it's a rare, and purple is an epic. At the bottom right corner of the card, you can see there's like a purple square and a blue square. Let's see here. We could before we just gonna go crazy right here. We're just gonna make it as large as possible.
But you won't.
We move out at once.
See, he has to play to win this round because I already have a round that he gave me. But what we'll do is we'll. If he has any cards that reduce the strength of a whole row, we're gonna be in real bad trouble here.
We serve her who is virgin, mother, and crone.
This is gonna increase his whole lane
Across the
strength.
wide, somber sea, I will sail.
Alright, let's do another one like this.
So be it.
What is this? Keep 4 cards, keep one in... Draw 4 cards, keep one in your hand, discard the rest to your graveyard. Thing's doing a lot of damage, man. Alright, it's a pretty good strategy, though. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to try to get this guy as high as possible.
Let's get this over with.
Oh my god! Geralt Ignat. Destroy the strongest non-gold units on the opponent's row if that row totals 15 or more. Thankfully, we tried to get the amount of points higher on one card than the other. If you even them out like that, you'll lose everything, man. It's very, very bad sometimes. Alright. He can always do the Scorch Steel to get rid of that 28, but fortunately, he didn't have to. Let me command this horn. It's gonna give me 170
Bow
points.
before modern Freya.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
And I'm gonna go ahead and full test.
Close ranks!
And it's gonna produce 2. So 282 points, man. And he's got 135, and I'm gonna go ahead and just solidify my lead with all gold here. 296 points. It worked. But you can see, if I wouldn't have had an adrenaline rush and it wouldn't have went down like that, it would have been really, really bad. Let's play another unit. Round. We'll see. We've already played a lot of units. Alright. Probably gonna play monsters or something like that. Monsters is so heavily played right now.
Crush those vermin!
It's probably the most popular faction amongst all of them. Alright, so now we have 3 adrenaline rushes, which we don't want more than 1, and we don't need more than 1 promote either. Let's go ahead and get rid of that promote, and we didn't get a whole lot of buff is the only thing that I don't like about that. But we don't have to promote until next turn. We could kind of play around with that. We did get a dandelion, so we'll have like a Commander's Horn effect, which is good. And if he does anything for removal, we can actually res it to get rid of it. If he would hurry up and replace his cards, I could show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so Dandelion can come out and give me a Commander's Horn. And if he destroys it, we can resurrect it. So it's, oh, we got quite a bit of resurrection actually. Okay, so let's try that, huh? Let's try this.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
It's too bad we don't have a, instead of one of the field medics, we don't have a, what do you call the the Reaver Scouts. That way we could bring out more without sacrificing the ability. We just gonna go for the win though.
Got any victuals? Hungry like
We're
a
gonna
wolf
go
I
for
am.
it. Since I don't have a whole lot of stuff to buff, I'll try. If he has an Epidemic or a Scorch, he could destroy them all right now. Or a Manticore Venom, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. That's all I had in my deck, so, and I hadn't buffed him yet, so that's okay. It works out well like that.
Don't make me laugh.
Alright, so the question is, should we start trying to buff? I think we should.
Salutations.
He can still scorch him out because all he has is gold, but we do have another res. If he knows it's my strategy, he would. Or he would do some sort of removal to get rid of him. That's pretty strong. Let's do... Let's go ahead and go for
What do you
the
want to know?
res to get more value out of our Thunderbolt potion, because we do need to win the round, or at least have him pass to make this effective. Let's see here. What do we have in the graveyard? We have 2 more of these. Do we try to buff now and then go for Commander's Horn? I think that's what we do because, well, we wouldn't be able to win the round anyway without it. I think we're going to go
Nasty
ahead
wounds,
and go
those,
to
but
res
you'll live.
to get even more value out of the Thunderbolt potion. See what he does here. Okay, he passed to me, which is the best possible scenario that we have. Alright, so we use the Thunderbolt potion. And then we Dandelion.
With pleasure.
And then we Adrenaline Rush. And then we full test. And so we only going into the next round with 60 points. But
Onward!
it's 60 points.
Attack!
It's a little bit more than 60 actually. And that's all we got. Alright, we'll see. So if he can beat 66 points or whatever, then we lost, but at least we got the round. And we'll get a little bit more from Priscilla. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Let's show him what real art is.
Salutations.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
There we go. So now at least we got a couple things to Thunderbolt here.
There is no escape.
Frost won't do anything to us because we have gold cards. So 91 points going into the next round. And we'll see. If he could beat 91, he's got us. If he fogs, he can eliminate the toughness on the back line and the middle line with rain or fog. Because I don't have any gold units on those lines, but because I have gold units up front, the fog didn't affect him. And if that's what he's going for, then, well, that's what he's going for. He may just realize he's done.
Don't make me laugh.
Maybe he had multiples in his hand. There you go. Yeah, he did have multiples in his hand. So if he has a couple of potions, that'll increase that.
Resistance is futile.
If he has a Commander's Horn as well, he can grow quite a bit here too. I thing is, Ciri and Caranther won't get the benefits from Commander's Horn. You got 9 points away from me, so now he only has 41 to get. And now he only has 4, 7, 10, 13, 15, 17 to double. It makes 24, 34. This will reduce the strength of all my buffed units, but I have gold, so now he only have 32 points to get to. And now he can play that. That means he has 20 points left. And if he has a Commander's Horn, he wins. He wins. That was well played, man. So you can see the deck is not even close to invulnerable, but it's a lot of fun to play here and there. Alright. And it doesn't look like we'll have anything here.
Anything in particular interest you?
Oh man, Regis, that's an awesome card too, and all I have is the poor
You can
infantry.
try to win them all,
So,
but you won't.
no need to waste time. Let's just throw it out there and give him the game. Very, very seldom do you do a round 3 if you don't get the win from an adrenaline rush unit. It won't happen. We got time for one more round. Let's just do one more and see what happens. Maybe a different faction, or maybe just a different kind of deck.
Ranks.
Oh well. Full
Press
test.
those
We'll
vermin.
see. I wish we'd play like, well, yeah, that works because I think we played Skellige first, huh? All right, let's see here. We don't need 3 field medics. We have an adrenaline rush now. We have 2 adrenaline rushes now, and a promote. And I think I wish we had a John Nautilus or a Priscilla, but this'll work fine. We'll go for it. Okay, and he is first. Let's see what happens here. He's playing with trebuchets. Okay by me, buddy.
Can't take it anymore.
That's okay by me.
You one of us or not?
Yeah, he's bringing out a ton of trebuchets. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and give him more targets. That way we know what to buff.
You one of us or not?
Because the trebuchets will start hitting targets, so multiple targets kind of help. So he's kind of doing the same thing that I'm doing, maybe? I'm not too sure. Let's do... We'd probably get more value if we Reaver Scouted a siege support.
What do
I
you
think
want?
that's what we're gonna do here. So we do have a 6 unit that's still on board that we could possibly buff. Alright, I think he's doing the same strategy as I did on the last deck. Basically the same strategy, but with reinforced trebuchets. Okay, so let's
You
let's
one of
do
us or not?
another siege support and buff these 2 units. So he's going for next round with that one. That's what he wants to do, which is pretty good. But if that's the case, I'm still gonna beat him out. We'll see here. Let's see. I think I can get away with using... I'll get a little bit more value out of my Thunderbolt potion if I use the Field Medic now.
What do you want of me?
And so far, I haven't used any real buffs to let him know that that's what I'm doing. He's gonna full test that. That's fine.
Attack!
He wants to keep all of them. Alright, let's go ahead and buff this one. It's still out of scorch range because his 22's up there. He might promote right now. That's what I'm thinking he's gonna do. Maybe he has a commander's horn too. We'll see. A commander's horn would help tremendously right now for me. What's bad is they keep hitting, oh, it's his turn. What's bad is they keep hitting my biggest unit, and that takes his strength down just a little bit at a time. So he's going in with 52 points to the next round. So I'm gonna have more than him on the next round, which is good. So let's go ahead and use... Hopefully the trebuchets don't hit that specific unit. It didn't. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, so now we full test that unit. So we can have 75 points there.
Attack!
Which will be more than his. And we're going to use promote too. Alright, well, it'll be a little bit more than 75. Alright, so we win that round. And we going into the next round with more points than him. So unless he has some crazy cards on his side, which is one unit that destroys that brings every unit's down, every unit's power down to 1 on any row. If he has that, we're boned. All right, let's see what we can get here.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Salutations.
So at least his trebuchets have something to shoot at.
What do you want of me?
So he didn't promote yet. So if he has a commander's horn, he'll still probably win the round.
Are you wounded? Again?
I think.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
What do you want of me?
That's the most damage I could do right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. 109. And I have nothing else to my name for next round.
What do you want of me?
You one of us or not?
It's no more, man. You could have used it on another Reaper Scout. So if he has any kind of other buffs, he can easily catch me. Like if he had another Thunderbolt potion on his reinforced trebuchets, he could do it easily. Nope, and he doesn't. He does not. So we won, but you can see it gets pretty competitive sometimes, but it's all a lot of fun. So yeah, it does perform relatively well in the mirror match or similar to the mirror match, but there's, like I said, there's plenty of cards that didn't do it. But it's a good deck idea if you want to have some fun. If you're struggling to get some wins, it'll definitely get you some wins. Still don't know how the game dictates how they do matchmaking, so if it has to do anything with level or whatever, but it's relatively inexpensive as far as scraps go to get into this kind of a deck, and if you're being matched with people that are new to the game, you're gonna absolutely destroy them. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, give me some dap on that like button to show your support, and you can subscribe to the channel for more daily videos. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Ulgen signing off, and we'll see you next time.